Hey, bud. Welcome. We're going to start out by cooking our hard drive, see what we get. Maybe RNG will be great to us and give us screws from iron bars. Before we do that, though, or as that is going, let us continue on building our network. So we've got our power going here. We should go ahead and get some iron mined up. So let's go ahead and bring that out. Craft our first miner. From there, we can go ahead and build our power poles. Typically, what you're going to end up doing is making a lot of power poles in the beginning because you can only connect four at a time. So you'll see I'll often make two right next to each other. But let's go ahead and make this so we can go ahead and automate our mining. With that, you'll notice that we pull 60 iron ore a minute. I actually have a ton of it in my inventory, but when we smelt iron, it's only 30 per minute, at least for the time being until we can start overclocking. So that means we can do 2 smelters per miner. The way we do that is going over here and unlocking it, going to tier 1, then going to logistics. Hey, all right. And we can learn how to build the conveyor splitter. Let me go ahead and handcraft these just to go ahead and get the requirements out of the way. Be right back. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Making the copper, making wire. And just like that, we got everything we need. Let's go ahead and launch. Now we can make splitters. How much time we got left here? Actually, we can see now that we can make a splitter, that's going to make our life a lot more efficient. Oh, that's a merger. My bad. Let me go ahead and hotkey that because we're going to use splitters quite a bit. So let's line this up as best we can. That line that you saw there kind of representing that it will be a straight line when connected with a conveyor. Let us go ahead now and build a couple of smelters. Of course, we need some wire. Unfortunately, I think we are going to have to make that real quick. Oh, let's check our hard drive, see what we got. Oh, let's see. This actually isn't too bad. 6 inventory slots is huge. Iron wire is also huge. It's not as good as the iron screws, but we do have a chance to reroll. So let's go ahead and reroll just to see. I really want the iron ingots into screw recipe. There it is. Cast screws, 5 iron ingots into 20 screws. That lets us bypass an entire stage. We don't have to make iron rods into screws, which iron rods are super slow, so that's huge. Let's go ahead and accept that. Really, that crash landing was about as good as we could hope for. Okay, wow. Let us go ahead and we'll work towards base building next to be able to take on foundations. Once we have this, we'll build 2 smelters, we'll build 2 constructors. That way we can have iron rods and iron plates going at the same time. Sorry, what's my crazy movement? But you can get up here if you jump up there correctly. And you can't exactly do that if you approach it just head on jumping. All right, so we got our first line there. We can go ahead and have this snap. Very good. And then we just need to connect with our conveyor belt. Finally, we are going to do a Mobile power line. Start hooking up these smelters. And then now let's go ahead and make a couple of constructors. And this isn't going to be perfect at the start, just because we have no way of clearing some of this ground. Oh my gosh. I really want that line, as you can tell. There it is. Soon we'll be able to chainsaw down these trees, but until then, we're just gonna have to build around them. Let's see. We need plates, of course. So let's make a few real fast. All right, now we got a handful of plates. We can finally get some of this automated. Let's do that now. With both of these up. Now we just need to power line data. And now we need to determine what they make. This one will make iron plates. You can see it takes 30 ingots and makes 20 plates per minute. This one will take rods. It actually takes 15 ingots per minute. So we can make another constructor, split this conveyor right here, and have it cooking 2 stacks of iron. So let's do the one for 2 stacks of iron rods. So add a conveyor, and just like I mentioned, actually I don't know that I mentioned it. When you're looking at a conveyor and you have a splitter, or if you are looking at power lines and you have a power pole, you can point right to the thing that you want to split, and it will automatically build it without having to tear it apart. And now we have a full level of use for this miner, as we're pulling 60 a minute. One thing I'll also mention is that the different conveyor belts have different speeds. This first one that you start out with does 60 a minute, as you can see in the info box. So that will keep up with everything that we are looking for. So our next goal is the base building we have being built. We have the iron rods being built, just to make sure that we don't run into any bottlenecks in this early time. Let's go ahead and put down a storage container. We'll just grab those. Now we don't have to make them ourselves. Okay. We're gonna put the storage container down here, and then we're also going to do a conveyor merger so that we can just stack everything into this box. So we will just use these 3 lines. Need a few more iron plates, but again, luckily enough, they're cooking for us. Now everything will converge into the storage box here. I can just come and grab what I need out of here whenever I need it. The other thing we need for this milestone is the limestone. However, with what we have made so far, I have a feeling our power usage has become quite high. So we're going to need to make another bio burner. I don't really like using the one that is built into the hub just because you can't automate it. So what we're going to do here is grab a few more leaves, and then we will build another biomass burner, as well as check our power usage. You can do that at any lightning pole. You don't have to go to the power source itself. But you can see that right now we're consuming 25. The max consumption so far has been 29, and our capacity is 30. So if we hit just a little bit more power, even probably just one more building, we are going to end up going over our capacity. And you can actually see what they are requiring here. This one requires 4 megawatts as it's turning leaves into biomass. And each item has its own requirement for power usage. So let's go ahead and grab another biomass burner. We need wire and iron rod. That's all right. We can take care of all of that quite simply. If you want to grab everything out of a storage unit and you're on controller, just press the X button. It'll grab it all, but not too fast like my movement right there. Let us go biomass burner wire. That's right. All right, we got everything we need to make our biomass burner now. Go ahead and get this done. We're going to need another constructor, just like this one. We're not going to be able to line these up perfectly like I would normally like to. All of this will get torn down eventually, just because we'll end up putting down a foundation that makes everything level and far easier to deal with and just far more aesthetically pleasing overall. But I am going to work with what we got for right now. So a little bit of controller movement here as I put down the storage. We're just going to say good enough. Sometimes you just gotta say good enough. So let us hook that up and we are going to do biomass wood. Hook this up right there. And it is now on the market. What we're going to do is throw our wood in here. Actually, we can take most of our wood actually and just drop it directly in so it doesn't have to move in. But now as we pick up wood, we'll put it in this bin and it'll turn it into biomass. And this should put us at 60 megawatts of capacity. Yep. You can see down there in bottom right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start automating some copper. It's about time. I'm tired of making these wires on my own. Yeah. All right. So another miner. Let's point it in this direction so it's still going our way, but is not going to be too in the way. Again, this is going to be another two smelter situation. So we need our conveyor splitter. Go ahead and drop that in. Do our best to line it up if it's going to let us. Yeah, controller. There we go. See the line through there. And then we will go ahead and make our second one. And actually here is that miner starting to spin up. We have the smelters come online. We just need to tell them to make copper ingots. Finally, we're going to build our constructors. There's where I saw it. All right, there we go. There's the first line, and I'm gonna worry about a second one right now. Go ahead and line these up. We just need to get these some power. But that we are going to build wire. Really tired of making my own. So here we are. Let's see. We'll use wires to make cables. So let's go ahead and make another constructor here. We'll line it up with the cable construction. And you see it takes 60 wires per minute for 30 cables per minute. This is actually going to output 30 wires. We're not going to be running this at full capacity at first. Soon we'll make a merger, but for now we actually just need more wire. So we're going to make another power line here. That will power that to start making cables. Then let's go ahead and put down a conveyor merger. We'll end up doing with that merger is putting down a storage container, which we're missing iron plates for. Be right back. Okay, we're gonna make a personal storage or a storage container here, not a personal one. Those are not used in automation. I thought I could line this up, but I guess I cannot. There it is. And we will be bringing in cables and wires into that storage piece. Okay. So I feel like that's a pretty good place to call this episode. The next one, we're going to go ahead with our limestone production and continue on with the base building tier and start up tier two. See you there.